was drinking last night with a biker, and I showed him a picture of you. He said, pal, get to know you like her. Seemed like the least I could do. Cause when he's charging his chopper up and down your carpeted halls, you think me by contrast quite proper. Never mind, I stumble and fall. No, never mind, I stumble and fall. You imagine me sipping champagne from your booth, or a taste of your elegant pride. Maybe going to hell in a bucket, babe, but at least I'm enjoying the ride. At least I'm enjoying the ride. Hey, at least I'm enjoying the ride. Oh, Miss Sweet little soft core pretender, somehow baby got hard as it gets. With her back leather chrome spike suspenders, chair and her whip and her pet. Well, we know you're the reincarnation of the ravenous cat from the grave. We know how you love your ovations and the Z-rated scenes you create. Yeah, the Z-rated scenes you create. You imagine me sipping champagne from your booth for a taste of your elegant pride. Or maybe going to hell in a bucket, babe, but at least I'm enjoying the ride. At least I'm enjoying the ride. Yeah, at least I'm enjoying the ride. You realize me, protecting and spice me alive. When I stumble and fall, there may come a day I will dance on your grave. If unable to dance, I will crawl across it. Unable to dance, I will crawl. Hey, unable to dance, I'll crawl. Really consider the circus with just one of your kind of zoo. I can't think of a place that's more perfect for a person as perfect as you. And it's not like I'm leaving you lonely, cause I wouldn't know where to begin. Well, I know that you think of me only when the snakes come marching in. Yeah, snakes come marching in. You're not me sipping champagne from your booth, or a taste of your elegant pride. Maybe going to hell in a bucket, babe. At least I'm enjoying the ride. At least I'm enjoying the ride. Woo! Ride, 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 ride. At least I'm enjoying the ride. Woo! Ride, ride. When they come to take you down, when they bring that wake around, when they come to call on you, take your poor body down. Just one thing I ask of you, just one thing for me. Please forget you.
Yo, how's everybody doing? I was fixing my camera. Had been moved. Was just taking the time to do that. I probably went right into the microphone. That probably sounded pretty neat. We're here. We're playing Goblins. Got the list. We added another green source to it the other day. It's possible it needs more. These chalices, may be possible that they're better as void mirrors. How much does void mirror cost right now? Can I do like E price? Void mirror. Holy crap. Oh wait. What? Why is it like... What is there, a promo void mirror? Thing is... Chalice on one. How's it going, Cactus? Good to see you. So recently people have actually been interacting with me on the idea that Vile is bad. Something we did made them actually stand up and take notice. And I haven't seen a convincing argument as to why Vile is different for us. Shooting Nazis in the face? What is that? What game is that? The new Call of Duty or something? So we've been talking about it, and I guess I just want to get it out of the way here at the beginning for people who watch. Let's bring up a Vile list. Also, I think I want to fit one Pyre of Heroes in here before I forget. I don't know where, but I think I do. It's possible like Unearth shouldn't have as many copies and Grist shouldn't have as many copies. But I don't know what you would... Maybe you just replace one Grist instead of this Unearth. Although the Grist and the Hierarchs are what's good. Wolfenstein 2, damn, that's... Oh, is that the one that actually looks good? They just... Yeah. Like... What is the worst card? I used to run it like this on 61 and convince myself it was fine, but it's just not, because you want the turn 3 combo so often. And you want Crater Maker main, maybe one... No, you don't want one Skirk. It would probably just be Unearth or Grist. Yeah, I just keep coming back to the same thing. I think Unearth works too well with Pyre, so maybe I'll just take one Grist out today. You could just take out the 4th ringleader. Or the 2nd ringleader, excuse me. How's it going, Mystical? Let's try this. You know what? No, ringleader is too good in like the blue-white matchup, and I expect to see that. Although Pyre of Heroes is also good in that, a lot of times it's good because you're pyring into this. It could be expert. It could be one of these prospectors. I guess it might just be Grist, but is Pyre of Heroes good on turn 2? Not really. I guess we'll just remove Unearth. Anyway, I want to talk about Vile. Can I go? All right, here's the thing. Do I think my list is better than Caleb's list from a month ago? Caleb's list from a month ago is this one, more or less. The dual combo list, right? Is that what you're talking about, Mystical? If you could link it to me, I would be sure. But I'm pretty sure. Oh, 4 ringleaders? Okay, here's the way I see it, because this fits right into the Vile conversation. Here, this maybe I'm supposed to turn off the music for this, because this is like, this is important. This is clippable. This is all this stuff. Magic the Gathering is at an inflection point. It has changed so much from what it used to be that it is almost unrecognizable for people who are buried in the game and maybe the slightest bit stubborn. Here's the problem. Ringleader is a card that can draw up to 4 cards that have keyword bad on them. They're goblins, right? All of our goblins work together. They're not good on their own. They're crappy 2/2s for 2 that are only good when other goblins are on top of your library, or they're 1/1s that only deal damage to other creatures and planeswalkers when there's other goblins in play, or there's like, I don't know, Boggart Harbinger that facilitates the combo, Sling Gang Lieutenant that's really just, it's a 3/3 for 3. It's 3 power, 3 toughness for 3. It's in 3 bodies. That gains 3. It's like a really bad Siege Rhino, right? And like other people aren't even playing Siege Rhino. I wouldn't say really bad. It's just a different Siege Rhino. So like on rate, our cards are not good. I'm pretty sure I watched this video, so I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and I pulled up pretty much a list that's exactly his. Yeah. The difference between these lists are I have a Tarfire instead of the second Skirk Prospector. So like, what's the best goblin in our deck just on rate in a vacuum? It's probably Goblin Crater Maker, like, to be perfectly honest, because it does so much stuff. Like on rate. The 2/2 for 2, whatever, but it can shock something and it can destroy artifacts always. Nothing else is even close to that good. This is a 3/3 for 3 by itself. We're dealing with cards that, and I don't want to make this about Ragavan because it's not really Ragavan that is the issue here. It's just the card that comes up. The synergies aren't strong enough, but we're at this inflection point where they're printing cards that are insane on rate compared to things that used to be good. And our cards were already bad on rate compared to what used to be good. You had to work to make them good. So this, like I'm saying, I'm counting it as no setup because it's like you play a cantripping artifact and that's it and you're fine. Like there's no real deck building cost to Dragon's Rage Channeler. But even just a 1/1 that surveils one whenever you cast a spell competes with every one of the cards in our deck for how good it is. You could lay it up against Snoop and be like, I don't know if this is better or worse. You know what I mean? But when it's a 3/3 flyer, It's very clearly better, right? When you look at Murktide Regent, you see like, okay, this is a 2-mana 5/5 flyer. Like, how do we even kill it? Like, right? Like, what are we doing that stacks up against it? And the answer for goblins in general right now is that we have these combos that stack up well against it, and we have ways to find these combos easily because we get to play 4 Matron. Even though people are playing Imperial Recruiter now, and if there were other combos that existed, you could play that instead. But these 12 cards, this is how we stack up. We end the game on turn 3. As good as this card is, it doesn't end the game on turn 3, right? Aether Vial and Goblin Ringleader, not only do they not end the game on turn 3, you can't play them until, you can't use them until turn 3 or 4. I'm saying you can play Aether Vial on turn 1, but let's compare that to Dragon's Rage Channeler, a card that costs 1 mana. You don't need to cheat on mana to get a 3/3 flyer out of it. First of all, none of the cheating on mana that we do is going to get us anything better than a 3/3, right? And that's for 3 mana. So let's say that it's discounted 2 mana. Like, it just immediately cheats on mana just by being what it is. You know what I mean? Like, the cards are so far above rate that cheating in your suboptimal threats with Aether Vial is not going to be enough. And the games play out that way. And I don't know what people are doing that they're missing that. Like, I'm not the only person who's come to this conclusion. I've heard it from other people who are having a lot of success in Modern. And like, it just rings true. Like, this card, you play Aether Vial, and on turn 4, I can Vial in a Ringleader and draw 4 cards. But they played a Murktide Regent, and I can't beat that card in 1 million years with the cards in my main deck. Now, you could play a Warren Weirding, you can play whatever, but they're also doing things to stop you from doing your game plan. So, like, you know, you're 1 Warren Weirding, not only are they playing 4 Murktides because they're better in multiple, but you just aren't going to catch up by activating your Vial on 4. It doesn't catch you up anymore. It's too slow. So, why is Caleb's list bad? It's not bad because I'm what I've done to make what I think is a quote unquote good list is I've taken the cards that are winning us games, which are these cards, and we've put them into like a you can't touch this zone. We win our games on the back of all these cards, and the rest of it is questionable, right? Like, none of the other cards are really contributing to the wins. Oh, it's this. What did I bring in? None of the other cards are really contributing to the wins even half as much as these cards, right? And when we are looking at building our list from the ground up, we start with the most powerful things to be doing, right? Like, that's really what we want to do. We start with the most powerful cards in our list. These are not being touched. And then the way we end up with the rest of it is, honestly, it's experimentation right now, but it's very clear that the Modern Horizons 2 cards are way better than all the other cards ever printed. This isn't just, oh, better than all the cards in Modern. Like, look at Legacy. Modern Horizons cards in general are incredibly strong. Yeah, so here's the thing, Mystical Pot. I am not the best Magic player in the world, and Caleb D is actually up there as far as best Magic players in the world, right? So, like, I could hand him a pile of garbage and he would outplay me with it, right? So it's I don't have the reps or whatever. I'm not a bad Magic player, but I'm not, I'm not Caleb Durward. I'm not going to pretend I am. So like I have to get my edges elsewhere, and I have to look at it through like, you have to take their results with a grain of salt, because again, they can 5-0 with anything. A 5-0 doesn't mean anything anyway. People are 5-0ing with Calibrated Blast. Like, that doesn't make that a good deck, right? It's not a good deck. Anybody who plays it and 5-0s with it will tell you that. Like, it can win. That doesn't make it a good deck. And maybe this is just our version of Calibrated Blast. Maybe this isn't a good deck either. But I think it could be, because it has tools that used to be good, and we just need to figure out to leverage them. But anyway, the Modern Horizons 2 cards are so much more powerful than everything else that you have to take notice of them when you're building your deck, right? So they gave us an on-tribe hierarch. Well, this list is actually cheaper than any of the other lists, even the Grists. Because you don't have Vile, this list is way cheaper than anything. Like, this is the cheapest Goblins list out there, period. If you want to make it cheap, you just take out the Caverns, and it's like $80 or something like that. But anyway, they gave us an on-tribe Goblin. Everybody immediately was like, let's do this. Let's put Hierarch in our deck. It can't be bad. Ramp is always good. And they fucked up their mana bases, and they do all of this, like, shifting to just play the old deck with Noble Hierarchs in it instead of Skirk Prospectors. And, like, you lose percentage points against burn, and because we don't have any valuable 3-drops to play, we don't get anything from it. Like, we're just playing the same old thing. The most powerful thing to be doing is still turn 2 Snoop, turn 3 Harbinger, and a Noble Hierarch doesn't interact with that at all. It doesn't do anything unless you have Thoughtseize, unless you have extra cards to play on 1 mana. But then you're getting into like 4-card combo territory, right? And you don't want to be a 4-card combo. So I went back to the drawing board again, and I said, the most powerful cards are Modern Horizons 2 cards. What can we play on 3 that can take over the game on its own and is from Modern Horizons 2? Grist. And Grist is really, really good. Right? Like, you play turn 1 Hierarch into turn 2 Grist, and you feel like you did something. And so does your opponent. Like, they have a hard time dealing with that. So this was the first adjustment I made. I was still playing Vials with Grist, and we still could play Vials today instead of 2 Unearths. If I was taking Vials out or putting them in, it would probably be... I might just do this and replace these with Vials. Could be something up here, but I'm not sure. That's my guess. But I don't know. People say like very funny things to try and justify Vile, because Vile is really, really powerful, right? Vile is a card that can make 10 free mana. It can make, or let's be realistic. On turn 1 you play it. On turn 2 the 1 mana you generate is irrelevant, right? Like, maybe you can Vile in a Hierarch or a Skirk, but like, our 1-drops suck. So generating free mana by playing these 1-drops is silly. Like, Hierarch ramps you more, but Vile is ramping, right? Like, that's the whole point of it. You're not getting anything out faster because you ramped in a turn, or you Viled in a turn 2 Hierarch. It's actually not how it works. So there weren't any good answers to it, and then the games would go long. So turn 3, you have 2 counters on your Vile, and now game is on, right? You can this is what everybody looks at. They're like, oh, you can combo at instant speed. Like, you can Vile in Snoop at end step, and then untap and play Harbinger, or you can untap in Matron and find Harbinger, and that's a great line. But it's not actually better than just playing your Snoop anymore, because the games where that works, where combo is going to work, they don't have interaction. decks just aren't, they can't afford to play interaction anymore unless they're these hyper efficient mid-range decks, and then you can't combo against those decks. So to race other combos, we need to be on turn 3. Vial's too slow, and you're not really gaining enough from your Vial, because not only does instant speed not matter because their spells are 1 mana kill anything in your deck, but if you cheated on 7 mana by turn 4, well, they can cheat on 5 mana just by playing Murktide, and it's better than every card you've ever played. And then every time they play a Dragon's Rage Channeler, that's like cheating on another 2 mana. And they just play them for free, right? So, like, the advantages you gain for it are nowhere near as strong as they used to be with our set of cards. It's possible that, I don't know if I have it up here. I don't know if I ever built it. I was going to make a Jund Vial deck, but it doesn't seem like I have it. It doesn't matter. It's possible that there are a lot of Modern Horizons 2 cards that you could play with Vial that would be better than these cards. And by these cards, I mean the cards that aren't the combo, because I believe that you would still play Snoop Harbinger combo in that deck. But there's other options now, because they're kind of doing away with deck building costs, if that makes any sense. Like, cards stand on their own. And Goblins is not about that at all, but that's how they're designing cards, and like ignoring it is not going to get you anywhere. But that's my piece about why Caleb's list might not be the best. I didn't even really address that. This is Caleb's list. I don't think his list is any worse than our list. I just don't think any of the extra cards are doing us any good, and so I'm testing out the rest of them. As long as you have the Snoop combo in your deck and like some form of interaction, it doesn't even have to be Munitions Experts. These could be Lightning Bolts. As long as you have the Snoop combo in your deck with Matrons and anything else, you're gonna do fine. You're gonna do just as well as you would with this Goblins deck. That's my honest belief. Like, the rest of the cards don't matter nearly as much as Snoop does. So if you could fit other cards in it, you should. I just haven't figured out how to do it yet. We're gonna go with this one today. We're not gonna play in the qualifier. We're gonna play in a league, playing a New Era. We put 1 Pyre in over an Unearth. We'll see how bad that messes with us. Pyre's a really good card though. It opens up new lines that you just don't have. Make sure we're on the right deck. I didn't change any of the sideboard. It doesn't really matter. I was gonna get Void Mirrors, but I don't remember what stopped me. And I just want to get going. But yeah, that's the summary of it. Games, you can't win a long game. Murktide's gonna close it out too fast. Dragon's Rage Channeler's gonna close it out too fast. Archon of the Triumvirate, or what the hell its name is. It's not Archon of the Triumvirate. That's a different card. That's like a blue-white card. But I honestly, I'm not saying they're nefarious or they're doing it like with negative intention. I don't know how people could miss that playing a Vial deck. Like, I started losing games because I cast Vial, which is not a thing that ever used to happen. Like, I lost a game against Blue-White Control because I made the mistake of thinking Vial was valuable in that matchup. And it just goes on and on like that. Like, that's the matchup, that's one of the matchups where it's the best because it makes your spells uncounterable. But they have Prismatic Endings, they have Teferis. And that's 8 answers to your Vial that they're just playing because they have to anyway. So, like, why is your Vial good now? Like, them bouncing it with Teferi, every time you recast it this game, you're making a mistake. And I learned from games like that and just other games in general that, in general, casting Vial, other than, you know, the 10, maybe it's 20%. Let's call it 20% of games where, you know, it not only does it survive, but you know, you're playing this long mid-range game, let's say against like black white something or other. It wasn't worth it compared to the games where I'm just dead before turn 4. Or like I get to turn 4 and it's like, yes, I can violin matron and find whatever I want. And wow, I have nothing on board, so I can't kill their 3/3 Dragon's Rage Channeler. We'll keep this. This is a classic Goblin's hand. I don't know what I'm gonna throw back. I guess Mons, right? Even though Mons is really good, I can't necessarily cast it, and like Matron can end the game with Snoop, so we'll just throw back Mons. And is there some reason? All right, we'll play the mountain first. Also, what is this? Why do I have this mountain? I definitely never put that mountain in my deck. I have sick mountains. Okay, that's good. So they played Stomping Ground. So now we have to assume that this is Panza or some kind of Valakut deck. Which means that if it's a Valakut deck, Snoop would probably survive. But if it's Panza, Snoop is definitely dead. How's it going, Zinison? I'm at Goblin King time. Yeah, that's... If only we could queue aboard. I'm between Mogwai Marshall and Snoop. I think, obviously, Snoop has the highest upside, and they may just be a Valakut deck with no lightning bolts in hand, so we'll put it out, but I think it's going to die. And we have Matron to find more Snoops. Okay. Is this Jund Yawgmoth? This person is just dead. It is Jund Yawgmoth. Well, they're not. They would just be dead if I had it. Okay. So against Yawgmoth, the only cards that matter are Yawgmoth, and they're fast on dying threats. I could shuffle Snoop away to like look for a Harbinger and play Matron. I'm trying to figure out if that's better than just playing a second Snoop. Like if they Yawg me next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, they can't Yawg me next turn. Well, if they can't Yawg me next turn, then the best thing to do is to just play Matron anyway. So we'll take the hard combo line. It looks like they don't have removal, so we'll grab our Stomping Ground. We can play this off the top just because it's free mana and we're not going to attack. Even if we found a Harbinger there, we wouldn't be able to combo, but it is a free card to play off the top. So they wouldn't, you know, just put themselves dead if they did have the removal. Oh, there's nothing I can do this turn. But I can get this into play, so I'm gonna. I don't have any black mana, that's why there's nothing I can do this turn, even though I could theoretically, like, ramp this out. Nothing I can do. But it is worth pulling a Skirk into play. You're just upgrading your Matron, right? To a Goblin with an ability. Now, they can chord for 2. Or no, they can chord for 3. But in their colors, I'm not sure what they could chord out for 3. Oh, they can Eldritch Evolution. I always forget about that. They can Eldritch Evolution their Wall of Roots away into a Yawgmoth. They wouldn't have, Are they playing Wrist? They should be. I haven't noticed if they were. I don't remember. I played against them a couple times in the last week or two, and I don't remember at all. So, like, I think they're just dead. This is going to be a chord for 3, right? It has to be, or an Eldritch Evolution. Why else would you keep this hand? But I think they're just going to get Yawgmoth. Alright, so they chord for 3. If it's Grist, I'll regret not playing that second Snoop off the top. It is Grist. Damn, good call, Cactus. Alright, so they're going to sacrifice this young wolf. We're still fine. Like, we're not, like, ahead, but we're in fine shape because we have enough goblins that we can make something happen here. And we can even put something on top with Harbinger. I have 5 mana, so I can Munitions Expert this, kill Grist. And then what? And then I guess Harbinger something good to the top that we can kill them with. So let's just do that. The reason you want to keep their undying creatures off the table is because Yawgmoth resets them, and I keep saying that's the only card that matters. But by itself on an empty table, it's not even good. So as long as it doesn't have 2 undying creatures, it's like kind of just doing nothing. So what are we gonna put on top? We're gonna attack this Grist. It just doesn't matter what order we do it in. We could get Sling Gang and just beat down. We could get Ringleader and draw cards. Beating down, I mean, they have 4 cards in hand, so maybe beating down isn't the play. Maybe I just need to, like, be ready to kill a Yawgmoth. Which, I mean, maybe I could just get another Snoop. I do have a fetch land to even, like, have it be virtual card advantage, so let's just do that. Snoop is like the best card in the deck, obviously. Like, you just not only can it draw cards, but it can end the game on the spot. So now that they know I got Snoop, they can't play the same way they would, because, you know, why would I get Snoop if I wasn't ready to kill him? I might have just played into something wrong, though. So there's another Undyer. Which is, we can't attack 2 undying creatures is not good. If that last card in their hand is Yawgmoth, getting Snoop here was a big mistake. I actually am supposed to block here? Because then both their creatures have +1/+1? I'm like, freaking, you would be good. Funny. I think I'm supposed to block, but I can't afford to. I'm gonna block one. Maybe I'm blocking the other. This is a tough call. Because they come back as 3/2s, right? So like, I'm just thinking about Yawgmoth though. I can Mog War Marshal next turn and block them that turn. If they have Yawgmoth, I'm just dead. I can't do anything about that because of what I did. And getting Snoop is probably a mistake. I gotta warm up because that was. That's an interesting line. But if I draw an Earth, I can also just sack the Harbinger. I'm playing to different outs, I suppose. Play this Snoop. Unfortunately, this Grist isn't gonna do anything, right? I guess Grist does kill Yawgmoth, and I can just play the long game. Is this an O2? It's an O2. Do I attack for 3 or do I attack for 4? I think I attack for 4. We're just gonna play Mog War Marshal and pass. That sounds good to me. They can't cord anything out here. Cord for 0 doesn't do anything. So it's safe to attack with Prospector. So they take 3. We have a Snoop that threatens to end the game at any minute. And we have a bunch of blockers for their aggro threat. But a Yawgmoth will still mess our day up because they're ahead of us on life. Although it doesn't matter until they get the zombies, but... Did they just cord for 0? No, they fetched that. Oh, they could have blocked my Prospector. Chose not to. Interesting. They just need the mana. I didn't realize they were playing Dryad Arbor. I should have. I used to play Kiki Cord. Oh, so this is Jun Sack. It is not what I thought it was. This is like some weird combination of Jun Sack and... Is this whenever a player sacrifices a permanent? Oh, I should have cracked my fetch and response. Now they can kill my Harbinger. So this is Jun Sack Yawgmoth. Man, nobody ever fetches in response. I know. Well, I'm not gonna crack because of Grist, but I'm gonna have to sacrifice a creature to Grist, which means it'll be able to ping something. Before I sack anything and he kills my Harbinger, I'm gonna check if there's like a Kiki on top. There isn't. So let's sacrifice... Let's sacrifice this tapped guy. Why not? I don't think we need mana. We're gonna need attackers here. We'll take out their Mayhem Devil. They get to ping one thing. It's probably the Boggart Harbinger. Oh, they're killing my Grist. Sure, that makes sense too. Crack, see what's up. We'll get another green source. That is not what's up. And we can block 3/2s. This becomes a 4/4. Or no, it just becomes a 3/3 because I sacked the other one. Yeah, I guess we'll just attack for 2. Played against the deck yesterday. They also... Yeah. I've seen Spike play it. It's a good deck, Jun Sack. I've taken a lot of tips from the way he built Jun Sack. This one is different in that it's playing Geist, but it's going to be more or less the same as what he did. So this fetch land is going to reset the top. And hopefully we find something with Snoop. Get a Blood Crypt. Isn't this great? We can't attack anymore? If I attack with everything, nothing good happens. Alright. We're both just passing empty-handed, but I guess I'm like a card deeper. I don't know. You were playing 8-whack and you were too fast for it, though. They have so many 0-5 blockers. So there's the game. Assuming that they don't have removal, which is a fair assumption at this point. Yeah. Alright, so... Legacy of the Void. That's StarCraft. Leyline of the Void. coming in. God damn it. Come on. I want to see it out to the side. Leyline is coming in. Terminate's coming in for Yawgmoth. Starfire's coming in for Plague Engineer. It's possible that Blood Moon just wrecks them. I'm not really sure. They're the kind of people that could play Torpor Orb, right? Not entirely sure about that, but I feel like they could. Well, I guess Torpor Orb isn't solved by Mass Vandal. Crater Maker is, but... why is World of Warcraft updating? I haven't played Warcraft in a... I've been playing New World for the last couple days, so... I guess I don't really want Mass Vandal. I think I just want these. Fatal Push is, like, arguable. And none of the other cards are very good. They're bringing in 6 cards. Take out one of these. Fire's still pretty good. Save on a Skirk. War Marshal blocks for a while. I think we do need to leave the Crater Maker in. Wow, I'm actually having trouble figuring out what I don't want in this matchup. Is this not a combo matchup? I think it is a combo matchup, actually. We just want to find room for Leyline of the Void. Yeah. I agree with you, Zinison. So, we don't really want to play the long game, even though we just beat them in the long. Maybe we just take out all the Skirks? Like, take out one Munitions Expert for a Terminate. Starfire is... You have to be ready for Plague Engineer, so I think I do have to bring in Starfire. Maybe we shave on a Grist. And then... one more card needs to come out. I guess I'll take out a Harbinger. Although finding it off the top there won us that game, but... I think this is fine. The only card in here that I'm not sure about is Crater Maker, but you can't afford to be wrong. You can't afford to be wrong. Oh my god, why does this happen to me? I'm the only person this happens to. You could keep this and put Kiki back on bottom, and then you can cast a backdoor Terminate with this Skirk. They mull to 6. We're gonna have a Leyline. I think I'm gonna keep this, put Kiki on the bottom, put Leyline in play, and then we should have time. Because they can't do anything very scary when Leyline is in play. We're going to lead on Auntie's Hovel instead of Cavern. Let's see. Yeah, we're still leading on Auntie's Hovel. Play out the Skirk. Pass. We have a Kiki on the bottom that we don't really want to shuffle back in, so we're gonna hold off on cracking this Bloodstained Mire for a while. When I say for a while, for as long as we can. The thinning is not real. You're shuffling back dead cards. I guess Kiki's not technically dead, but you could theoretically cast it with just the cards we have in hand. But I doubt that would go well. You'd have an empty board and a Kiki Jiki. Even though Kiki Jiki's fun. Let me turn off studio mode real quick. I hate it. Okie doke. So, what have they got going on? Oh, this might be... Agavan. Well, I mean, we have Terminate. We can block it. So they're really all in on the aristocrats type strat. We don't actually need to play. We don't need to play. It doesn't matter. We don't even need to play another land to cast this Terminate in the situations where we would cast Terminate. So I'm going to play this Bloodstained Mire out. We're just going to try to block Ragavan. And then if they kill our blocker, we use it for red mana to play Terminate. Kill Ragavan. Oh, I now realize that there's an Exalted trigger on the field. So we're just gonna pretend that we didn't make that mistake. We're gonna fetch Stomping Ground. Wishing that this was actually a Munitions Expert right now, believe it or not. That's rare, but Munitions Expert here would be just fine. Oh, they don't die. So this doesn't do anything. This is just a 1/1 for 2. That's funny. All right. Harbinger. Make us draw something good. What do we want to draw? What wins? I guess Pashlik Mons is just like a game winner here, right? Because they don't look to have anything going on, and he just takes over the game and kills all their little creatures. I think I'm going to take Pashlik Mons. Because, like, Sling Gang doesn't do it. Ringleader, I guess Ringleader is probably the best bet. Because, like, if they have a removal spell, I'm just going to cry. All right. And now that we have Ringleader on top, I'm willing to trade 1/1s. Just get their board clear so they can't do anything fancy. I'll have more cards than them. They clearly agree. They could have courted for 2. I just made a dumb attack and they didn't punish me. They could have, whatever this is, they could have blocked with it. I guess they're afraid of like lightning bolts or something by sacking Prospector. Well, Prospector now wipes my own board, by the way. But this Outland Liberator is going to be really bad for us too, because they're going to sack it, kill my Harbinger, hit me for 1, I guess. What? I guess they don't care? So there goes Prospector. Good thing I got Ringleader. I guess Pashlik Mons would also be fine on this board though, because they'd have to sack 2 things and now they can't. Like, they can sack and kill my Leyline, but this guy is big and he does something really good. Are we gonna thin? Nah. It's more likely that we draw a Snoop than that we draw one of those other cards that we would have thinned out, so we'll just play this. Try and build a board. Ringleader and Matron are good. And we get to shove a Leyline on the bottom. We can't attack, but we can block with the 2 creatures we have now. So I think we'll be okay. I think next turn, if we draw a land that we don't have to sacrifice to get mana, like Bloodstained Mire, I guess unlike Bloodstained Mire makes more sense, but we'll Matron and then Munitions Expert the Mayhem Devil. Actually, we can still do that, and he just, like, kills... I just double block? Am I losing this game if I double block? I don't think so. I think he's attacking with the only card that matters on his board. Is there something here that I'm missing? Yeah, there is. He's just gonna eat my fucking... Whoops. I'm so dumb. Well, you make the mistake once and then you don't have to make it again. And now I can't even play Matron's Munitions Expert because I just messed up so badly. That's good. It's okay, we'll have another chance at it. I guess now I can just do this and not worry about him dealing damage to my stuff. I lost the 2-2 for no reason here. I think our life total is, it matters. I think it matters a lot. I'm gonna grab this mountain. And I guess we're just gonna try and fade for a turn. Playing this, I can play Matron and Expert in the same turn. So I'm just gonna play this off the top. Unearth is a good draw. So they should be dead next turn. They should be dead. We don't know if they have removal. A fetch land messes up our mana a little bit. A chord for Yawgmoth also just always, just a straight up Yawgmoth kind of wrecks us too. Pay 1 life, sack another creature, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature. So they just have to sack one thing and it kills my Snoop. But I do have Unearth, so we can do the whole... Oh, this drains me so fast if they were choosing to do that. I think if they had sacked our whole board, was I just dead? No, it's just 2 per each. Okay. Actually, I might be. Yawgmoth was not good for us. Yeah, that misplay with the ringleader, that was not good. I think everything is different if I have that ringleader in play here, because I can kill this Mayhem Devil easily. And now I can't. Threw away my 2/2, and it matters. So, don't have anything in the graveyard now. I do have Unearth. Can I survive another turn? Like if I Unearth Snoop. No, I needed that mana, didn't I? This is close. I think we're dead. I think. Not sure. Oh no, because they're just gonna sack. They're just gonna sack a creature to kill my blockers, right? What does Munitions Expert do here? Nothing? I think it does nothing. I think I'm dead and I just have to hope they don't see it. So, this is my out. We can unearth Harbinger from the graveyard and win, but can't really because they have so much. Well, this is gonna kill me. I misplayed, and that's why we lost. Like, actually, it came up twice. All right, that's just game. Oops. They just sacrifice it and it comes back. But okay. Other than that misplay, I think we played fine. I think our deck plan was fine. There's a couple times I wanted this munitions expert instead of this terminate. And the Tarfire just doesn't kill anything relevant. Doesn't look like they brought in Plague Engineer, but I have the terminate and the grist for it, so it's not like I'm cold to it. So we're gonna go like this. Wish I had played better. But at least the music is good. I would like to play first. And this is a keepable hand. Not fantastic, but it draws a lot of good stuff. And the munitions expert and unearth, I think is enough like control to get us out of the early game. But Yawgmoth is the only card that matters. Maybe we should be playing Pithing Needles again. This is going to be good for us. I have to play my black land. And we are going to bolt the bird. And we're going to attack for 1. Next turn, we'll play Matron. We'll have 1 mana left over. Maybe we'll get to unearth something. We'll see. It is an ugly bird. Okay. Kirk is a decent draw because it lets us use that 1 mana. It also lets us replay Munitions Expert. So I can attack for 2, play Skirk Prospector, stack Munitions Expert, replay it to kill it, and keep their mana dead, which I think is probably a winning play when I have Matron in hand. Like, just keep them from... Yeah, this smart money's on not blocking here, and they don't. So we'll just wait till next turn. I could just get Munitions Expert here, because it's like one of the better cards in our deck. We get Plague Engineered. Holy crap, will I be upset. I think I am supposed to get Expert. We'll just play out this. The other options are like cards that I can't really use right now. And if I really want them, I can unearth my Matron, so. I think we're in good shape here. They can't do anything very scary here. They could technically play a Yawgmoth, but it wouldn't be scary on this board. And we would kill it with our Expert. So I think we're doing okay. I think they expected to have another bird. Haste Undying. That's fine. I think I'm still going to kill the Wall of Roots. I don't know how many of my viewers are even from America, but what is the accent that pronounces roots as roots? I know I've heard it. Not like recently. But there are people that call them roots. Wall of roots. Ooh, Grist is so good. Why is Grist so good? Let's see if they have anything fancy. We can still play Grist. We can still play Grist and Unearth if we want to. They don't have a third mana, by the way, so this is huge. And then... do we just, like... we just attack with this? Because we can unearth something. Nah, we'll just attack with this, and then we're going to play Grist. Even if they block. Doesn't matter. They have a 3-2. Whoops. Let's just get a Blood Crypt. Whoops, I have to make green mana. Thought I did. Gonna plus it. We can unearth. Ooh, we can unearth the Snoop. There's their third mana, which we're gonna kill with Grist. So I think if I'm gonna minus Grist, I think I'm gonna unearth this Matron. Yeah, I think we just are low on cards right now, so we just wanna do that. We're gonna minus the Grist and probably kill the Hierarch. And we draw a Sling Gang Lieutenant, which is going to be a big deal for us. Well, now we might not need to unearth Matron, right? Let's just keep their board clear. I could have attacked first. I shouldn't have done this in this order. Oops. It doesn't really matter, but that was dumb. We'll sack the insect. And... we definitely need to kill their mana. I think I'm just unearthing Matron, getting Munitions Expert. Just because that's more bodies. I guess I could also get Kiki Jiki, couldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it. Not often that you get to put Kiki Jiki into play. Copy. Munitions Expert. This is like endless value. It's a real problem for them. Yep. Alright, we found a winning line. 2-1. That was a long match. But we didn't draw Pyre. Unearthed sort of an all-star there. There's no way that you could do that really any other way. I guess you could have viled in Matron for Kiki, but... how's it going, Rodeo-san? Good to see you. You can also play Skirk, Matron for Snoop, sack 2, and play Snoop. Then unearth Matron for Harbinger, and that's it. This Snoop has to survive, but yeah. That was... I was thinking about it. Like, going for the combo the whole time, but we were like... we were firmly in the driver's seat by just keeping them from playing creatures. Like, keeping their mana low. Last seen deck 1 day ago. Marco Fabrizi, that's a Pro Tour player, isn't it? This is a garbage hand. That's rough for Deo. That is not the best. This hand is also bad. You can't just hope to do something on turn 3. We've had no good hands. That's not common, I'll say. To just have all 3 drops. That's a decent draw, actually. Is it at least something to do on 2? And it works with Unearth and Skirk. But if you didn't have removal on 2, you could have died to them not having Kiki on top. Right? So, can't complain too much. This is almost definitely counterspell, but they might also have lightning bolts. We're just gonna put the pressure on here. Play Hierarch. Hit him for 2. Still don't have black mana for Unearth if this Hierarch doesn't survive, but I think it should survive here. We can also sacrifice our creatures if they choose to ending them, which is relevant. Field of Ruin. Oh. I think you're supposed to upkeep that. So I can't get Ringleader out without sacking Prospector, but maybe I am supposed to do that. Because my other options are like playing Snoop. But not having a 3rd land here is rough. I think, because it's not like Snoop can draw too many cards. And just resolving Ringleader in this game against this control opponent, which is what I think they are. Maybe they aren't. I think that's going to be a big deal. So this is more damage. We'll make blue mana to assert dominance. And, yeah, I have to sack the Skirk. Little mana battery that could. If this gets, like, Aether Gusted. Oof. Alright. So, that's just, like, when you're playing these control matchups, and I think that's what this is. You just want cards. Now, wishing we could cast more things. So, like, lands would also be useful, but getting 2 cards is good. Oh no! I'm supposed to get the swamp. I guess I'm not supposed to get the swamp. It's a close call. Maybe I'm supposed to get the swamp. Doesn't look like they're gonna even touch my noble, which is good. This Unearth is gonna be great now. Gonna attack for 3. So this is probably counterspell. They didn't choose to play this untapped. And that means I'm going to shock this in. And we can flash in Munitions Experts for like any, you know, if we want pressure or if we want to tangle with one of their planeswalkers or something like that. This is probably Solitude here. But I can't do anything about that. Yeah, so they're going to flash in Solitude. I'm gonna kill it with a munitions expert, I think, and then play a Snoop. So they target the ringleader, which means I'm not getting any damage in one way or another. But I have the opportunity to resolve things. We can just do this with it on the stack. It doesn't really matter. We'll have 2 goblins either way. But I suppose you play around like another pitched solitude that way. So whatever. Just play the skirk, or the Snoop, excuse me. Marco Fabrizi, what have you got? You have got that, but I have Unearth and Uncounterable Sling Gang Lieutenant, which I think I'm just going to play Uncounterable Sling Gang Lieutenant. Although maybe I'm supposed to take this opportunity to resolve Unearth outside of counter spells. That might be true. I think that is true. Huh. Wow, did I get punished for making the right play? I mean, it's okay. We got 2 cards out of their hand, but it's obviously not what you want to happen. Oh my god, Omnath? Omnath is such a beating. So all of the work we did on their life total, gone. As soon as they get a fetch land, which I guess they don't have. There's no way for me to kill this Omnath here, right? Now there is. Wow, do I sack my whole board to kill an Omnath? Or do I just try and fade a turn? I can play Munitions Expert and Crater Maker, deal 3 to the Omnath, then pop the Crater Maker by sacking Skirk, or by sacking Munitions Expert, so that Crater Maker can sack itself. And then I'm 2-for-1ing myself, because not only am I 2-for-1ing myself, but they drew a card off this Omnath, so it's just like a losing proposition. I guess I'm just supposed to play Sling Gang Lieutenant and pray. Boy, does that feel not good. Maybe I have to. Is this Elementals this whole time with just like weird stuff going on? This is a weird deck. I knew it was Solitude, which means it's probably more blue-white control than Elementals. I don't know. But earlier, I went on for like an hour about how the threats are just like insane. And, you know, this is one of those times where it's... Omnath can just undo everything we did over the first 8 turns or whatever. And, you know, it doesn't even cost them a card, really. Because we have Unearth, we have to sack. But it's not actually relevant other than that. I guess we have Grist, too. I mean, at least we'll get to kill Omnath, right? Unless they have... Watch this. At least we'll get to kill Omnath, right? And then what's going to happen is they're going to flash in Solitude and we won't get to kill Omnath because our removal spells are not reliable. Oh, they're F6'd. All right, we will get to kill Omnath. At least we'll get to kill Omnath. So they're at a very low life total. Another Omnath off the top wouldn't necessarily fix that. They'd have to get a fetch land with it. But, you know, they can gain 8 life out of nowhere. So them being at 6 doesn't mean that the game is going to be over like it used to. Like it used to. If they play a Fury, I don't think we can come back from it. Alright, so there's Omnath. No fetch land, please. No fetch land. Ugh. They go up to 10. They wait till next turn. They go up to 14. And we are infinitely behind now. Oh, are we infinitely behind? Probably. Unfortunately, we can't make this uncounterable, but Grist does work. They're going to gain another 4. But this is why we're playing cards like Grist, because it's like one of the very few cards that could even answer Omnath 1 for 1 in our deck. So they gain 4. We hit them for 4. Back down to 9. We have an active Grist. We may be able to steal this game. Snapcaster on what? Prismatic Ending? Damn. Snapcaster Prismatic Ending to kill our Grist. I mean, we're just gonna attack instead of popping Crater Maker, even though it's gonna end the same way. They're gonna be at 7. This is a tough one. 5 color control. Do we bring in Blood Moon? Because they clearly play basics. I just don't know if that's enough. So this is just blue-white Chalice control with Omnath in it, which means there's no Ephemerate if they're playing Chalice. Harbinger's not bad. I was probably not supposed to play that anti-toggle because I'm putting a Goblin on top anyway. But against control, you just get Ringleader. I can't guarantee that my board is going to be there next turn. Maybe I should have gotten Sling Gang though. But if my board is there next turn, they're dead to Ringleader as well. So all right. So control is a good matchup for us, but Omnath is, holy crap, that's a hard card to beat. I mean, that's the strongest I've ever seen Grist be, to be honest. That was like exactly why we're playing Grist, so that felt good. I think against 5 color control, you have to play Blood Moon. I don't think I care about Terminates that much when I have these Grists. I think Munitions Expert is like just kind of a deadish card. They're not playing Torpor Orbs. They're not playing Torpor Orbs because they're playing Chalices. Not because they're playing Chalices, because they're playing Omnaths and Solitudes. So we'll be fine there. We don't really need Crater Maker. I'm gonna leave it in. What is the worst card in our deck? Are we gonna mulligan for this Blood Moon? Maybe I should just play 2. Maybe we just take out 1 Skirk though. No, we need to be able to turn 2 Blood Moon if we're bringing in Blood Moon. I don't think the Crater Maker is necessary. But it's like, you can't afford to be wrong. We'll take out 1 Harbinger. We don't need to combo them. We can combo them. We don't need to. This is a keepable hand. actually having basics in your hand against Field of Ruin decks is sort of a bad thing, but so we have 4 lands, so we don't want to draw more lands, so we're just gonna, and our life total doesn't matter, so we're just gonna thin a little bit here. I always get Stomping Ground first, but maybe I'll just grab Blood Crypt this time. See, challenge my beliefs, because I actually think it's... Oh no, I'm so dumb. I make these decisions like months ago and I forget why I made them. I always get Stomping Ground first because Cavern of Souls casts all our goblins, and the only thing we have that's a non-goblin that has tough mana requirements is Grist. And you need you need Stomping Ground for that. It doesn't really matter, but it, you know, I knew the answer to that question. And I decided to play it wrong, and I also just decided to play this wrong. I played Cavern instead of Basic Mountain, which is what I should have played. Because now I'm exposing it to Field of Ruin. But Wrenn and 6 is a really hard card for us to deal with. I am, if we get bolted here, this Wrenn and 6 may never get off the field. So... They are Blood Moon proof already. Yeah, we did get bolted. So this Wrenn and 6 may actually never get off the field. I mean... There's nothing I can do. I could cycle Unearth. But unearthing Skirk Prospector sucks, right? And this Unearth is probably more valuable as an Unearth than as a random card off the top. I have Ringleader in hand. So we just pass the turn and maybe lose to Wrenn and 6. Field of Ruin is such a fucking beating. I should not have played that. And I knew it. I knew it was a mistake as soon as I did it. I should still have that in hand. I'll just grab a mountain. They can just Field of Ruin us over and over again with Wrenn and 6 in play too. And now this is just Counterspell. I really bungled this game. I think we just have to cycle. Because this is getting countered. Wow, that's the best card in the deck. Oh, that's the best card in the deck. Good thing we cycled. All right. All right, the deck was kind to us. Make blue mana and assert our dominance. Can't be countered. Now, they can grab another Field of Ruin with Wrenn and 6. Which sucks. Which is why I shouldn't have played it still, but at least we got to resolve a Ringleader. Man, Wrenn and 6 is such a strong card. But this could be another counterspell. I mean, another counterspell. Okay, so if I can kill this Wrenn and 6 if I get them to counter this Ringleader. So, yeah, I know. I agree, Zinison. That is a... You don't know how often I come to that conclusion. It's so good. And it's like... Somebody posted a list with Ragavan in the Discord a long time ago, and I was like, I have no doubt that Ragavan is a good card in our deck. Like, you will definitely do well with it. Maybe I should have played the Ignoble first. I don't know why I played it out perfectly for them instead of trying to do it well for me. I should have tried to get them to counter the Ignoble and then resolve the Ringleader. I don't know why I decided to do this in the other. Oh my god. I think there's value in like forcing plays from people. That's That's why I did it. There's like no guesswork. Like it's definitely gonna happen this way. Okay, Unearth is good. Play this. Let's attack for 3. But they're in Omnath territory now, and they have 6 cards in hand, so... You know, this attacking isn't really that relevant. Do I play Kiki Jiki? Do I try to resolve Snoop? I think I just try to resolve Snoop. So no counter spells over there, apparently. Man, do I wish I could do this at instant speed. We don't have any more ringleaders. But we do have harbingers, which will end the game if they aren't careful. Yeah, now they have to answer our board. I'm sure they're just not answering us because they have a supreme verdict, though. Which is going to be unfortunate. But we'll be able to unearth the Snoop and continue to threaten the combo. We don't want them to... Oh, do I just want to draw this cavern? I might actually just want to draw the cavern. I think I do. Oh, and they have another Field of Ruin? Okay, well, if they have another Field of Ruin, I don't want to draw the cavern. Let's just get another green source. They know I have Harbinger. So what are the chances that this doesn't get countered, right? But I have to go for it. So Snoop resolves. We'll play out Hierarch. Next turn, we'll play Harbinger if Snoop is alive, but you know. Oh, I guess they can shuffle us in response if they leave up Field of Ruin, but it's fine. I'm willing to play that game where we just stare at each other. Especially since I can do it again the next turn by copying the Harbinger with the Kiki in my hand. I'm gonna play the Free Matron. Maybe I should just get another Snoop. I think that makes sense. So, am I playing into Supreme Verdict too much by playing out Harbinger here? I don't think so, right? I don't know what 5 cards are in their hand, but... So now we just pass. Because they can shuffle our deck at any point by activating Field of Ruin. And we just have to respond to that. Like, if I were to target my own Snoop right now, I would just have another copy of Snoop. So, if they make the mistake of cracking Field of Ruin, we kill them. And, if they never do it, we can just get value by, like, matroning. We can also force the shuffle if they, like, use their mana. Because that is 3 mana that we eat up. Okay, so now... So now if I make a copy of Snoop... They're forced to crack. Then I untap. But if I just get Matron, I just get more cards. Knowing the correct play is... Yeah, the correct play is just to make a copy. Because I think I can play it all in one turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Headline on a northbound train. I think I'm just gonna grab Pashlik Mons here. Because I'm gonna snoop. Ooh, that's a good draw. I was tempted to get another Harbinger and I decided against it, but that'll be good. Because that will force the shuffle. Do they know I have this Snoop? I think they might. I think I revealed it. Yeah. Yeah, so that forces the shuffle. And I don't have any more basics, so that was just a strip mine, which kind of sucks. We're gonna grab our last fetchable. Ooh, that's not good. I mean, at least it's a shuffle effect, but it's not it's not ideal. I think I want this Pyre, although I'm not sure. I mean, Pyre plus Kiki Jiki is insane value, but I don't have a lot of cards left in my deck to go get. They have... Yeah, we have no more fetchables. Yeah, that's rough. I wonder what he bounces. Marco Fabrizi. What are you gonna bounce? How are they even supposed to kill the opponent? They played Omnath. Omnath will kill me. Alright, so they returned Pash. That's fine. Do I want to shuffle this Pyre away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Oof. Alright, that's rough. I think I do want to shuffle this Pyre away. I think we're just going to lose because we're out of lands. I actually think that's what this is going to come to. Ooh. Doesn't really even stop them, does it? Especially with Teferi in play, but I am going to play it. I actually only want it to resolve if this Pashlik resolves, which I can't. There's no way. They know I have both. Okay. Let's see. Fixing my hair. Oh. Man. Boomerang for 3 mana. That draws a card. Who would have known that it would be so good? We're just trying to get pressure in play. They can't cast Supreme Verdict right now. They need a second Plains. They can cast Omnath. What the hell did they just do? I missed it. Celestial Purge? Well, we can't cast that anymore. Actual factual. We can't kill them fast enough that we can ignore Teferi. We're just dead to an Omnath here. I don't think we have a way to recover from it. I don't think we have enough cards in our deck. This might be enough, though. They're just gonna cast actual counter spells. I mean, I think it was worth it to shut them off of Supreme Verdicts, but who knows? Wait. I'm apparently F6'd. You ready for this bug so I can file comp? Shouldn't ask me to reveal anything. It should come in untapped. I think we're dead this game, but it's hard to say. Like, much of their removal is turned off. When I say much, like a couple of them. And Matron plus Skirk can get there. I should just get Kiki, right? Next turn I'll resolve Kiki and then I have Kiki plus Matron. We may have won this game. Although they paused. They might have just paused because Kiki is a real threat. They can't play Cryptic Command, so it doesn't matter if we pre-combat or post-combat Kiki. As far as... They can play things at sorcery speed. Are they going to Prismatic Ending my Matron for value here? They could. Snapcaster Prismatic Ending. Here it comes. It could be Celestial Purge too. It doesn't make a difference, but... they can do both. Oh, they would Celestial Purge Kiki though. So they're going to Prismatic Ending this instead of Celestial Purge and Kiki. I honestly think they should Celestial Purge the Kiki. Oh, they're hitting the Blood Moon? Interesting. Okay. Does that change things? Oh, they're hitting the Blood Moon because they have Solitude. Ah. What does Solitude target? What does Solitude target? I think I'm dead here. Not entirely clear. They target Matron. I may not be dead. I should have sacked that. Doesn't matter, but I should have sacked it. Now I can't attack this Teferi. Teferi is going to bounce Kiki Jiki. I probably never resolve another spell the rest of the game, is my guess. Nope, Teferi doesn't bounce Kiki Jiki. Which means they probably don't have a counter spell. Okay. We have plenty of outs. That is not one of them. But we can do something neat here. We don't need to do it, so I guess we won't. So we'll do... Well, I guess we can attack for 3 power, which is what matters. All right. So we make a copy of Hierarch. We could have made a copy of Prospector too. It doesn't actually make a difference because we're attacking Teferi. If we draw Sling Gang and they don't have a counterspell, we're in fantastic shape. I don't know if that's even possible. We do only have 6 minutes for game 3, which is a real thing. I'm gonna, I guess, just play a little looser. I'll take it. Air. They cashed into Fairy to bounce Solitude, and now... Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I can't come back from that. Alright, game 3. Yeah, I don't think I would change anything. The Blood Moon was, like, still decent, actually. We got it really late in the game, but an early one would have been way better. Yes, I want to play first. Can't keep this hand because it has no lands in it. We'll keep this hand. It has pressure. It has a Cavern of Souls. We'll probably fetch Stomping Ground, then Blood Crypt, play Crater Maker. That'll be that. And I'll put back... I guess I'll put back Foothills. They don't know if they're mulliganing yet. We're going to play this Cavern only once they show that they have Counterspell mana up. I played it so badly last game. Those are little things that a lot of people don't realize they're even doing. But they make a big difference, and they made a big difference in that game too. Keep. Throw back Foothills. Done. Bloodstained Mire. I'm just going to get F6 value here. Don't care. Stomping Ground. No. Yield through this turn, please. You saw me click it, right? Alright. That'll be a decent card to play in conjunction with Munitions Expert. We'll get Blood Crypt, shock it. F6. We are pretty weak to Supreme Verdict here. I would let them counter this Hierarch. Do I save Cavern? If they spend next turn Field of Ruining, I'm happy about that. That's... Oh, wait. I don't know why I'm holding up Munitions Expert. I could have just played Mag War Marshal. Well, actually, holding up Munitions Expert is better. I add 1 point of damage with the Mag War Marshal because I already have Exalted. And I get to hold up Crater Maker and stuff. What is this? They're exiling it. Do I want to sack it? No, it's not worth the mana. It's not worth the mana to sack it. Where have you seen the light? This is why. Whoops, can't make blue mana. We just did it to assert dominance really quickly. We said clock doesn't matter. And then here, I think I play Harbinger. Ooh, they just have green white. I think I just play Harbinger. I think I play Harbinger and I actually put Noble Hierarch on top. As crazy as that sounds, because I don't have a 4th mana. Maybe Pashlik Mons is just the way to go. This is a tough call. Let's just assume I draw the 4th mana at some point. If I play this Blood Moon next turn, they're never countering anything, so this Cavern of Souls being offline doesn't matter. So I think that's actually what the plan is. Oh no! Well, I had to. So they turned off Harbinger anyway. So all the choices we made don't matter. That's always a good feeling. I think I'm gonna Blood Moon here. Instead of Snoop. Because they could Supreme Verdict us. So like playing Snoop out is really dangerous. So they can Omnath here. Wonder what this is. Engineer Explosives on 3. Okay. I mean, that's going to take out my Blood Moon and my Harbinger. So let's attack. Ugh, and we can't play it yet because of the Blood Moon. If we get Supreme Verdicted here, we're not dead, but it's not good. Omnath isn't much better. Theoretically, we could draw Harbinger off the top. Although they are representing... Oh, this is probably just Solitude. No, it's not Solitude. Maybe it is. What is it? What is going on here? The mana is disappearing. Jace the Mind Sculptor. That's why I didn't expect it. Are they just gonna bounce my creature? Yup. If there's another Hierarch on top, we want to play this first. Alright, so we can't win by attacking anymore with this Omnath in play. They have a Jace that's gonna slowly kill us. I guess we're gonna, like... I don't know. Are we gonna, like... attack with Exalted at the Jace? The reason we can't win by attacking anymore... How's it going, Father 3? I've been watching in silence. Creepy October. I'm doing okay. We're about to lose this game to 5-color good cards control. Getting a makered. This guy is really good. Control player, Marco Fabrizi. I'm pretty sure I've seen them on the Pro Tour. We almost had it. Where are we at 3-2? I have to kill. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I attacked Jace. I meant to attack Ren in 6. It didn't matter. He was gonna block either way, but I did mean to attack Ren in 6. We're about to be 1-1. 5-color Omnath control. Cleansing Wildfire was really good this game. Messing up my Harbinger, and then taking out my Cavern. Felt good. Can't attack. He does attack. I wouldn't have expected that. Which, he's got a Solitude. It's all good, Father Threa. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here lurking one way or another. It's so funny when you look at... Oh my god. Alright. We're just dead. When you look at the magic... directory. Man, and there was just gas coming off the top, but we couldn't win. I don't think. Maybe this exact sequence of cards is how you win. But they're at 17. Just no way. Oops, I conceded again. I could have went for it. Maybe we have that game had we played faster, but there was 2 minutes left. But you look at the Magic directory and it's like 2,800, and then like you get one line down and it's like free. There's just 1,000 people streaming with 3 viewers. Fatal Gaming, how's it going? Oh, we can't keep this hand. Jiggly Wiggly, that's a great name. Mulligan. I think we can keep this hand. It's not great, but there's a lot of draws that make this hand good. Land being one of them. When land is one of your best outs, it's always good. Got a new case for your PC? That's cool. I've been meaning to do something like that because I messed up the USB ports on my case a long time ago. So one of the worst cards that you could expect, oh my god. Oh, it's just painful. Ragavan and me drawing Harbinger are like the 2 worst possible things you could see in this hand. Why? Harbinger means you're definitely not drawing a land when you play it, and all I need from this hand is lands. The fact that it's an uncastable Harbinger is like icing on the cake. And the fact that this Ragavan's about to steal my lands. Ooh, okay, Munitions Expert. Well, I mean, it's just as good as most of the cards in my deck. They should probably play it. They probably are checking if it's a May ability right now. Because if it's not a May, yeah, they decided to not play it. So that's one of the cards that was good. But I mean, this has got to be. I have to get a Blood Crypt untapped here. I was just about to play. Oh no, we can't actually kill this Ragavan. Look how bad we are against Ragavan. It's insane. It's actually insane how bad our deck is against Ragavan. It's just how good this card is. And the junk that they can play to support it. Like, Mog War Marshal is good against the card Ragavan, but it's good against nothing else going on in the format. And that's why I'm only playing one of them. So, like, if one of these Harbingers was a Mog War Marshal or one of these Munitions Experts, sure, we'd be in a slightly better spot, but it's Underworld Breach with Ragavan. So they ramp themselves. They have one of their Mox Ambers. What do they need? 2? They need 2 and an Emery. Cast that card this turn. We're at the drums portion of the show. I'm gonna skip it because I can never think while it's happening. I don't think we win this game, to be perfectly honest. This munitions expert is just like expertly turned off. Yeah, we're just gonna go to game 2. Okay. Look, every card in our deck is good against what they're doing. How do we actually want to beat them, though? Underworld Breach. So Leyline of the Void is like for sure coming in. You know what? I might need the Unearths. Because I think we're leaning on our combo this game. It's like Ragavan can beat me just by connecting once. But that is not really the crux of the game, is it? I don't think Crime Punishment is actually good. Like, the crux of the game is this Underworld Breach combo. And their removal for my combo. So we're bringing in more reliable removal spells over Munitions Expert, which couldn't even kill at a 1-1 that game. Do I keep this just because it kills a turn 1 Ragavan? And promises to combo if we draw a land? No. I think we have to mulligan to a Leyline of the Void or a much better hand. Hand is bad too. We have to mulligan to Leyline of the Void, I think. Not that they can't just bounce it. They're playing blue. Well, I can't mulligan past 5 for it. So, I either bottom a land or I bottom Tarfire. I think to win I have to bottom a land. Ugh. We have to kill that. It already got so much value just by casting Mishra's Bauble. I didn't realize that they were even on Dragon's Rage Channeler. I figured they were Underworld Breach, but it is what it is, I suppose. Land off the top, please. This is why I hate putting lands on the bottom, but... Alright. Do you have removal? I'm sure you do. But just get greedy. Play something dumb here. Alright. Now play that artifact that bounces things. Oh, I just lose? That what happens? We'll see. Gotta assert the dominance. Gotta make blue mana. I don't think we have a way to win this game fast enough other than just grabbing Snoop again. So, we're gonna grab Snoop, cross our fingers, and pray. It's always a good spot to be. With the game firmly not in your own hands. With no decision-making capacity. Oh, I have 84 unread messages? Who the hell? Yo, Facebook chats shouldn't exist. Alright. Well, there's Mox Amber. There's Emery. So they can cast infinite Mox Ambers with Underworld Breach. So, I mean, I was correct to just go for my fastest possible win. But, you know, I tried to mulligan for Leyline, couldn't get it. Oh my god, it's just like, it's just, it's one of those days. One of those days. Games, really. Because the first match went fine. The second match was close. Those are tough decks in general. It's really a mid-range deck masquerading as a control deck. And we can't beat Dragon's Rage Channeler. Just the fact that they get to only find gas. Like, it's not... You look at the deck list and you're like, 8 removal spells. That's like, okay, that's not that many. But it's that they always have one because of the other supporting suite that they play. Like, they always have gas because Mishra's Bauble is going to... Like, not only does it give you Delirium to make your 3/3 flyer... Ooh, this is painful. Not only does it give you gas, because it just cycles it worse and it makes your guy 3/3 flyer with Delirium really quickly and all that stuff. In combination with the ability on Dragon's Rage Channeler, it makes sure that the card you cycle into is going to be good. Like, and you get 2 looks at it because of fetch lands. It's like preordained, but better when you play Dragon's Rage Channeler. We're probably just straight up dead here. I mean, Emery Mishra's Bauble is enough card advantage to bury us from this position, but they put a card on top, so almost no way that Snoop survives. And there's a ton of pressure at the same time, so it's... I don't know. This is the problem that we always talk about. I could have attacked with a Matron last turn and they'd be at 16, but I decided not to. Because I thought that there was a chance that I wanted to block an Emery or something. But, yeah. They just always have it. We're dead. We can't win in time. We get hit for 3, we go to 6. We play Harbinger, we go to 3. We play Snoop, it doesn't have haste. So, that was a quick one. The first 2 were so fast, or were so long, and that one was like 2 minutes. There's no way we could win those games. Aluris deck is slower in general, but this is still a bad hand. This is an awful, awful hand. I think I have to keep it, but this is an awful hand. I'm not going to keep it. I have to keep this, and it sucks. It sucks so bad. Because we don't have a second land. But we do technically have 2 mana. If we draw a second land, this hand can win. So 22 outs. 22 outs in a 55 card deck. How many 11s is that? 22 out of 55 is I don't know. So it's Mill. Mill is some deck. I don't actually care if I lose against Mill. Mill is one of the worst things ever. There's nothing I'm actually threatening here. I'm not going to sack anything to play. I'm not going to sack anything to play Snoop because actually if I can get Grist in play against Mill, it does promise to just kill them. So what happens is they mill your deck and then Grist ults pretty quickly, and Grist's ult deals damage to them equal to the number of creature cards you have in your graveyard. So, well, we weren't going to draw a land next turn. Good to know. Let's see if we draw one now. Land. Well, it's not a land that can actually cast Grist, but it is a land that could theoretically combo them if they don't have a land next turn. This land can cast Grist. We may just do that. That's his Bob Dylan impression. That's how Bob Dylan sings. Really hard to combo against Mill, by the way. Just because the top of your deck isn't actually the top of your deck. It's more like a graveyard preview. So I was excited about that Cavern of Souls, but it is not actually going to be there. Unearth will be, though. And there's a Harbinger in the graveyard. So maybe they just screwed themselves. They get to see it ahead of time. I can just Harbinger, though, you know. They sort of have to mill me here, right? Because if I draw that and they don't have the mill, they're dead. Although I guess they just, if they have the mill, dead. But if they tap out, they're dead. Well, they could archive trap me. Mill is such a dumb matchup. Just a bunch of stuff that is like annoying and doesn't matter. What is that? Oh, I have the wrong... Okay, what the hell? Oh, my camera's not... My camera isn't done properly. There we go. That was just above my green screen. Be a little bit more up. Nope. Oh my god. All right, that's good. That I was like, what? There's like a constant emoji in the chat. That's the Mr. Nice Guy Games logo. That's the best game store in Pittsburgh. Wait a second. What? That was my turn that whole time? I thought I was waiting on them. So Kiki's on top, but they're obviously going to mill it. That's our last Kiki Jiki too. So we can't combo them anymore. We just need to Grist. I wonder if they'll just concede me casting Harbinger. Well, now they won't. I think we've lost this game. We'll find out. We can't cast Grist here, which is unfortunate. We want to put a card that we don't want on top, because we don't want to draw it again. So we'll put Harbinger on top. Can't get through any of this. Can't remove their stuff. Yep. That's why you put cards you don't want on top with Harbinger in the mill matchup. Not that it's super relevant. I think we're just dead here. Ah, man. Our version of the deck is actually really a lot better against Mill than other ones, but the truth is, if you want to beat Mill, you just play a couple Eldrazi in your sideboard and you never lose to Mill. So, like, if I'm not going to respect the matchup enough to bring sideboard cards against it, and I'm not, how can I care about the outcome, right? Okay, do we still have a, yes we do. Oh, we have 3 cards in our deck? Oh, I shouldn't have showed them this. Because I have 3 cards in my deck. Whoops. I can't kill them. Well, maybe I could have. I fucked up. No, I couldn't have. There's no way. If they don't draw a land, they draw a spell, right? So we're getting milled one way or another. I shouldn't have done that, though. This is good because it's a board wipe. I don't know if Chalice is actually good. Is Chalice good against mill? It can't be, right? I guess it turns off crabs. And, like... can't really combo mill. You definitely want Grist. Actually, you probably want Mogwar Marshal just because it lets you kill their crabs more easily. You just kind of want to... oh, I forgot. You don't board cards out against mill. Whoops. I was like, why am I having such a hard time here? I'm gonna go like this. You could bring in Blood Moon. It's not really worth it. And they look to be blue-black and not blue-white, so it doesn't matter. Let's bring in 1 Blood Moon to get to a good number of cards. What they call a gambit. I am giving up something by putting a dead card in my deck with the assumption that it's going to get milled over. I'll instead draw a good card. That's the sideboard mill gambit. Oh, I hate playing against mill. I'm going to grab some water. Okay. So let's look at how we performed so far today. We beat... what was the first deck we beat? Jun Sack Yawgmoth? Which is a nonsense deck. We beat all nonsense decks. That's why the deck is good. If you play right, you're gonna beat all the nonsense decks. We lost to 5-color Omnath Control. It was close. And he was obviously a very good player. Vile is at its best and worst in that matchup. It's hard to say. We can't cast this on Earth, but we can cycle it. I think we want a Chalice on 1, so... on the off chance that I'm gonna play this Naming Insect, and it looks like I might this game, I'm gonna play the Mountain first. So Chalice on 1 comes down a turn late in Modern, which is why... oh, they told me good luck. You too. Okay, it looks like we might actually end up naming Insect here, which is a thing. I'm not going to be able to do anything but cycle this on Earth, but I think that's fine. And we'll just... they can't play any more crabs. And we can kill their crab. But we're probably just going to plus Grist. I think this is one of the reasons Unearth is so good. It's like just never dead. Oh, we have a Snoop in the graveyard too? Damn. Had I not played that. Well, I guess we just got it in the graveyard. This Unearth would have been sick, but they're gonna kill our Chalice, and then this Unearth will be online. So I think we're just lining up really well here. You name Insect, can play Grist off a Cavern of Souls. Still can't play Snoop with our mana. I mean, we kind of can, but it is what it is. We help him out a little bit. We put a Kiki in the graveyard, and our Insect token is gonna die. It's not a big deal though. So there goes Chalice. So when they use their sideboard cards to blow up your sideboard cards, you know you made a good decision. Chalice is good in the mill matchup. We now know for sure. Blood Moon would be decent here. Ground on the Lock is completely online though, which I assume they play. So any black land and they're good, and this will get them a black land as soon as they pop our Cavern. So any land is good for them. It's like when you think about like getting lucky and what it means in particular matchups, you have to like concoct what could be in their hand, and them not having a card means they have another card in their hand, right? There's like kind of not a set of cards that Mill could have that they're kind of just all the same thing. It's like playing Burn, especially once they get a Crab in play. They're gonna Surgical my Kikis so that I can't combo them. Can't do anything about that. Only 2 in the deck though, so as far as mill equity, not a ton going on there. They probably, I wonder what the math is. Are you supposed to mill first and then hit your surgical target? I guess not. Like you should hit something that you know is a 4 of, and then mill. Like something you know is a 4 of that only has 1 copy, and then mill. That's like the maximal way. If you don't care about the utility of surgical extraction, you're just like counting mill cards. But they could have surgical Snoop for the same effect that they just got. I guess maybe Kiki Jiki's harder for them to deal with. Although I'm not sure. Just because Drown in the Lock is already online for Kiki Jiki even, so would be hard to believe. So Grist is 1 turn away from alting, which is pretty cool. I can unearth, and I think I will unearth the Munitions Expert to kill a Crab. So I can't play this Hierarch, but I can play Mog War Marshal. And then unearth Munitions Expert, kill a Crab. And then you can play Sling Gang Lieutenant, sack everything, and ult them next turn, and they're probably dead. When I say probably dead, I need to get like 8 extra damage somehow. But I think we'll be fine. Because Mogwar Marshal plus Sling Gang already 5, 6. There's already 4 in the graveyard, plus the 3 cards. Like, oh, they killed my Skirk? Alright, that's fine. This is why I wanted to play Mogwar Marshal before unearthing. I could get another Grist, but that's just greed talking. So now we're gonna have plenty of time. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Mill just pulls out 6 Tasha's Hideous Laughters and you never know. When I sing blues. Alright. Bumping up on 2:30. Like coffee time. Did I have coffee this morning? No. I went into the coffee store. But I actually walked out. I was going to get breakfast before starting the stream. Really lunch. It was a bacon, egg, and cheese though. I was going to get breakfast before starting the stream, and there's two delis right next to each other because it's New York City. And I walked into the wrong one. I walked into the one where I get my coffee instead of where I get my sandwich. It's so funny how that is like a real thing. Bacon is always good. It's truth. What I've been getting is, it's so messy. So it was like a mistake to get before stream. But what I've been getting is a bacon, egg, and cheese on a plain bagel with, and it's a New York City bagel. So it's like a real, it's like crispy. It's really good. But with eggs over easy. So it's like the eggs are runny and they put Luris in their hand. What? It's just so good, the runny eggs. It gets everywhere, but it's really good. Is there a reason? So this is going to deal 8. If I draw a land, well, it's going to deal 9. If I draw a land, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. It's 11. And then there will be 2 more creatures in there. So that's 12, 13. 13 plus 6 is... yeah. So they're dead if I draw a land. It might be dead even if I don't draw a land, but they're dead if I draw a land. We draw a Matron. Okay. Gonna attack. Take 2, they go to 15. Do I just plus Grist again? Do I stand a risk of dying? Do I cash it in and put them to 6? That doesn't seem very good. I think I just plus Grist again. And then next turn, they're like just definitely dead? Well, not definitely. I guess I can make them definitely dead by grabbing Skirk Prospector here, if I have one in my deck still. I know I lost one. They might double Archive Trap me here. I think this puts them 100% dead. Because I can make mana to get Sling Gang out, and I can put more creatures in my graveyard for Grist. As long as I survive this turn, they're dead now. Which we knew we were running that risk. We couldn't kill them last turn one way or another. Maybe I shouldn't have searched my library. That's the only, like, real... But they could force me to search with Field of Ruin, so I was never dodging that Archive Trap. If they go, like, land Tasha's, I'm dead, right? I don't think I have a way to mill less than 19 cards with a Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Field of Ruin doesn't matter. I don't need a land at this point to kill them. I can kill them with what's in play as long as I'm alive. They can get another landfall trigger, but they can't play Tasha's. They're dead. I've decided. I'm declaring it. They're dead. That's right. Thank you for respecting the declaration. So Grist is a good card in the matchup, as is Unearth. The ley line doesn't matter. Blood Moon Gambit for 69 cards. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Also, there's also the value of them milling over your one of Blood Moon and being like, oh, I have to fetch around Blood Moon now, which may be what was going on there. They had a lot of basics, but I wasn't checking. I never check my grade. I don't care about the mill matchup, so I don't play it that well. Just like, it's so dumb. You just, I don't know. There's not really a lot going on in it. Like Burn, but I don't play cards that put more cards in my deck. Is this just the end? Oh, I don't even want to hear the encore. Want to hear any? Yes. Jazz song that they play for like 10 seconds. So what? You can hear the drummer is not a jazz drummer. Apparently they're confused as to what to do. They took all of their sideboarding time last game. Looks like they're going to take it again. Nope. Nope. I spoke too soon. Good. This hand is kind of bad, but black mana turns it on. We have a Grist. It's like there's only one land in the deck. No, it's not that there's only one land in the deck. It turns this off. I guess I'll keep it. Chalice on one and a Grist. I think that's enough reason to keep. All we need is a black mana, and we have like 14 sources or something like that. 18. I think we have 18 or 19 that can cast creatures, so like cavern counts here. I don't need to cast Munitions Expert necessarily to win this game. They might have counter spells now though. They don't play 0 mana spells, right? Now that I have 2 of these. I don't think so. They might play Bauble because they play Luris. Maybe I should have cast that on 0. I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to cast 2 on 1 because they engineer explosives me last game. I guess after I cast Chalice on 1, if their only way to get rid of it is engineer explosives, I just play another one on 0. They don't have a second crab. But this does turn off all their removal. This is going to be straight up counter spell. Actual factual counter spell. Let's see it. Put it on the stack. Put it on the stack. Don't let that resolve. Put it on the stack. Oh, it's Drown in the Lock? Okay. Well, we have another one. Not a whole lot else going on, but we have another one. Wow, they had another Ruin Crab. This doesn't do anything again, by the way. Maybe we should just be playing Lightning Bolt. Like, it's really possible that Lightning Bolt is just... Oh, they're gonna exile my graveyard? Yeah, so now Grist isn't as good. Man, this Chalice would have been so good. I mean, had we resolved either Chalice, would have been so good. Oh, okay, wait. What do I play? They could have... They have one card in hand. So my game plan right now is kill this Soul Guide Lantern, get Grist in play. And that's a long-term game plan. They have one card in hand, so Chalice on one isn't that great. I need a black source still. I haven't drawn any lands, by the way. Not just that I haven't drawn a black source. I haven't drawn any lands. And that's all I kind of needed to get this hand going. We're going to play Crater Maker because we can Munitions Expert this Hedron Crab if we draw a black source and kill Soul Guide Lantern. So I think that's the best play we have. This Oboro contraption is pretty good because we're not going to have a lot of cards left by the time we get our plan going if we don't pop this Lantern soon. Also, any non-black land allows me to kill Soul Guide and then... Ugh. Well, Blood Chief's Thirst. That was the risk. That they had another one drop. They can just return a Boro. I think I'm dead. I think I'm actually dead. The fact that I didn't draw any lands is a little painful, but sometimes you just don't draw lands. What can you do? What can you do? Maybe I'm supposed to have mulligan that? But literally any land. And I just have two of the cards that I think are gonna... Like, they can't cast anything. If I had resolved this Blood Moon too, like... Even this Blood Moon, which was a joke. I just gotta play it. I don't have any other options. Now they know. They know I can't play that, but there's no way that they're not going to continue milling me. We still have the combo. There's one Kiki Jiki left in the deck. Did they just draw a card? They must have another one? Okay, wait, this might be a game. This might be a game. Because this Grist only needs 2 turns. It's gonna be really close, though. Although, not drawing any lands has been really rough. Maybe I just should have mulliganed to a hand with better lands. I don't know. If I go 1-3, I'm just going to end the stream. It's like... I have no motivation to play this. Oh, wait. Okay. Can't make black mana still. I can get up to a bunch of mana. None of it black. Let's do it. Just to do it. I wonder if they counter this. They must have counter spells over there, right? Drown in the Lock? Why let me cast anything if you can just end the game in 2 turns, right? Yeah. What it feels like. Oh, okay. I see. I might end up being a mistake for them. We'll see. Nope. Alright, well, I need that land, but I'm not even sure that there's things left in the deck that land can fetch. And I'm not going to check. I don't care enough. Oof, though. The league has felt fine. Ending it on mill, whatever. We got trounced, though, by that blue-red Ragavan Emery deck. It's just like the tempo is insane. The tempo is insane. We were looking for more combo decks today and we didn't find them. We found a weird hybrid of all the combo decks. Everybody was playing weird hybrids. We beat Junsack Yawgmoth hybrid. We didn't beat Blue-Red Emery Yawgmoth hybrid. We didn't beat weird Omnath Control hybrid. No, I will not pay. Oh, they're gonna kill my Chalice on one? Well, still no lands. Still no lands. Like, you almost want to leave this on top. I think I actually have to do that. I think I have to play nothing. No, I can't win. I can't win. There's no way. Because they Oboro me before I get enough stuff. Like, if I were to, let's say they milled me for 6 at a time. So I have 9 left. And I grab the land off the top with Unearth. I'm still dead. Alright, we'll just finish it out. We'll just finish it out. But I mean, to be honest, we lost a close match. We lost a not close match to what we know is one of our worst matchups. Just blue-red stuff. We lost to Mill. I don't give a shit about Mill. So this could happen to anybody. It could happen to anybody. I think I'm gonna play New World after this, but I don't know if I'm gonna aim it. I'll probably go get coffee, actually. So we'll see. Okay. Just give me any match. I just want to get my 50 pity points back. So, anyway, we're about to be summing this up in a minute, one way or another. There's Marco Fabrizi, by the way. 7 trophies. Fried Soda. And sucks because it can't cast Hierarch. This hand sucks because it can't cast Snoop. I have to keep it, I think. I think I have to keep it and throw back Ringleader. And just say we're going to draw a land. I can cast stuff, just not Snoop. To be honest, I don't think we're in a bad spot as far as leagues go. And if you look at the winners metagame, and it's not really the winners metagame, that's kind of a misnomer. We're going to play Mogwai Marshal. If you look at the top 8s from the last couple weeks, the top 16s, they're so good for goblins that if you were to seed us, like replace any deck with us, we're heavily favored to win. Just based on the decks that are getting up there, showing up. But if we play against the Elementals or a blue-red deck, we're such underdogs, it's crazy.
Like, you're talking about a 2070 or 2080 matchup or something like that. This is Living End, which we actually have a good matchup against, but a bad hand for. We'll see if we can get... Is that a different art? That looks so good, and I don't remember it looking that good. I love the cartooniness of it. Yeah, joke's on you, my hand sucks. There's nothing you can take with it. They are all creatures that come back when you cast Living End. But Living End is a good matchup. If you were... Here, we're going to be summing up in a minute with this, like I was saying. This is how I feel about the current modern meta. I just took a screenshot of MTG Goldfish from the last 7 days yesterday. We beat all these decks. We lose hard to this deck. We destroy Living End. Nobody cares about Mill. We're about even in all these spots. This is a blue-red deck, so we don't want to see it, but we're about even against control decks in general. We're super unfavored against Crashing Footfalls. We beat these decks. These are the decks people are playing, but the best decks are all those blue-red decks. And us and everybody else is struggling against them. Alright, so we have a Crater Maker. It's actually not the worst position to be in. We have a Crater Maker and a Mog War Marshal in the graveyard. We can't really cast a lot of things, but we may still have play. Should we just be playing 25 lands? What the hell is going on? Why can't I have lands that cast spells? Why is it so difficult? I think that maybe splashing Ignoble Hierarch needs to come to an end. Maybe we should just play black-red again. So once they put Living End on the stack... Well, I can be cute with it. I don't need to. I can just cast it. Yeah, I guess there's no reason to be cute, is there? So this happens. We're gonna kill... We can't kill the hexproof guy, but... We'll kill... They have 2 hexproof guys. We'll kill the Swamp Walk guy, I guess. You think Architects of Will is still broken? Do you think I'm gonna get to stack it, or they will? Crater Maker kills Grief. We're just in chump block mode for these Striped River Winders. Even if we lose this game, though, we're super heavily favored. We should be able to take games 2 and 3. It looks like we're losing this game based on our mana situation, but even the 1 swamp is so bad for our mana. That just has bad mana. We'd be playing like Mana Confluence? That what we should be doing? I don't think that you pay Echo here. Believe it or not. Unearth is good. Look at how good Unearth is. It's insane. I mean, we still... I think I just plus, actually. Because these things have hexproof, I forgot for a second there. Oh, I'm on it because it's 3 p.m. and I haven't had coffee. I'm gonna text my girlfriend, see if coffee.
Making mistakes. All right. I think we're dead here. I wish that they were playing a little bit faster. Fire on the mountain. So we're gonna block and sack. And do we triple block? I think we do, because then Grist just is like sitting on the field and we just have to play one extra guy a turn. So block, that'll kill this. 1, 2, 3. They're all attacking Grist. Well, then I guess I have to block this, don't I? I got so nervous for a second that I skipped my chance. So we save our Grist, but at what cost? I'm about to find out. It's not like they have any creatures we can target with Grist. But Grist is actively gaining us a ton of life by jumping and then probably forcing these to attack her as well. I mean, there are worse cards. We're just losing this game. I don't know what I'm doing here. I can't get these off the board. I can't combo. They have so much time to cycle new things. They're hard casting threats. But we have these second couple games easily. I think Blood Moon is actually good against them now. None of this stuff matters. I guess Chalice is fine. We have so many cards to bring in here. Skirk is exactly what you want. Unearth. We don't need Unearth. We don't need Mog War Marshal. I'm playing a long game. Pashlik Mons is like, eh. We don't want Grist. Maybe one Grist. Maybe these Blood Moons just aren't that good, but I don't think you're losing a game where you, I don't think you're losing a game with a Blood Moon in play either.
I may need.
Alright, I won the die roll. I'd like to play first. I think we keep this hand. Guess why? Take a guess. This is Modern. Modern is just Vintage without any of the fun cards. I don't know if Vintage has any fun cards, if I'm being honest. Our life total does kind of matter, so I'm just going to play this tapped. Your life total matters because the way they win is by resolving their 4/4 flyers. And maybe bouncing your ley line and getting a thing, and you just like need one more turn sometimes. So, but it's really hard for them to beat Leyline of the Void. And it's impossible for them to beat Skirk Prospector. So, we're doing okay here. You just need to get Skirk Prospector in play before they can living end you. They're nowhere close to living ending us. So we just kind of have free reign of this whole game here. You don't go for a combo here, even if you had it. Oh, wait. Maybe I was supposed to play this Bloodstained Mire. Because I actually need to get this into play. Just because of the way timings work. It's okay. We don't need the extra help. They may bounce my Skirk Prospector instead of anything else here. But they can't do it until end of turn. I guess I could, like, technically sack the Snoop to play Matron. But the reason I played Skirk Prospector instead of Matron off the top is because if I play Matron off the top, I'm just tapped out. They play their thing, pass. Then I play Skirk Prospector, and maybe they do, like, Living End shenanigans in response to that. Had they, like, bounced the Leyline of the Void, right? That's what I'm trying to say. But I guess they couldn't have cycled and gotten stuff in play. Maybe I should have just played Matron off the top. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Although I wouldn't have gone for combo. So there's the Petty Theft, which we expected, and now we're glad we have the Skirk Prospector in play, right? So that was the game that we were playing around. We only have one black source for this Leyline, which kind of sucks. I believe I do want the second Skirk Prospector, though. So, wait, can I combo? Here, they're tapped out. I can play Matron and then get a black source. Yeah. Hey, guys, I still play this deck. I still play this deck. Shouldn't have tapped out. I guess they could, like, subtlety me. Fire on the mountain. I almost missed that. But we are super duper heavily favored. And of course they're going to make us do it. So this is the first time you're seeing the combo today because it's been such a bad day for us. The way the combo works, you play you play Conspicuous Snoop. Then you play Boggart Harbinger once your Conspicuous Snoop doesn't have Summoning Sickness. You put Kiki Jiki on top. Kiki Jiki, being on top, lets Snoop copy itself infinite times. What did I just do? You're supposed to target. Then you target Boggart Harbinger. You put something else on top. A lot of things you could put on top, but Sling Gang is the best thing. And then you fling all of the copies of Snoop at them. Alright, so that's why we're heavily favored against them. We have so many things that they have to deal with, and the things that they have to deal with also just kind of advance our game plan and make it hard for them. Gonna run it back like this. Chalice and Leyline. I mean, this is like 6 really hateful spells against them. If you're not super favored at that point, just don't even play. Like, not like I mean, this is fantastic. It's all caverns, which means we can't cast anything that, like, you know, Leylines or whatever, but Skirk Prospector is a hate card by itself. We're not going to play Noble Hierarch. We're going to play Skirk Prospector. Although I guess I can play Noble Hierarch and then Skirk plus Snoop next turn. But then if they bounce Hierarch with Petty Theft, I'm just way behind. No, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Because if they bounce Hierarch with Petty Theft, they could have also bounced Skirk, but they probably wouldn't do that. I don't know. I think it works out the same. And it hides a little bit of information. So we could theoretically draw Blood Moon off the top and just get them too. But then they could petty theft it. They could just float all their mana. They're looking for a land. You can tell because of the way things are. They're looking for a land. Somehow you just always can spot, like, ooh, wait a second. What is that play? Tapped? Something's weird over there. I don't need, I don't need anything uncounterable here, so I'm gonna play the Auntie's Hovel to make sure it comes into play untapped. How's it going, Duskclaster? You caught us at the end of our run. We need to play this to protect ourselves against Living End. And then we pretty much win. Like, we want them to cast Living End here. Because we get to, Of course you can ask an MTG Online question. What's up? I am here for the next, however long this game takes. At least. What do they do here? So this is Violent Outburst. You wait for them to put their, you wait for them to put it on the stack before sacking all your stuff. Then you sack all your stuff. I almost don't even know why they would do this. Because it, like, they are just tapping out. At instant speed, they could have done it. They chose to do it sorcery speed. I see. Oh, that's a new one. Oh, so are we just dead? We may just be dead. Endurance is a new one. Not used to seeing that one. Wow, they have evolved. I've seen it in other decks, but it's the first time it's happened to me. Not in other decks. I've seen it in some of their lists. This endurance. So we're just done, right? They shuffled all our stuff back in. We have a Harbinger, and that's it. How can I win this game fast enough? I don't think I can. Maybe you are just supposed to mulligan to Leyline. I mean, we had it. We chose to keep it just based on Skirk, and we got blown out because of that. So you're just supposed to mulligan to Leyline and not rely on Skirk anymore. Because of endurance? Man, all these Modern Horizons 2 cards just change everything. What is your MTGO question, Duskclaster? How do I come back? I guess I just get lucky. That's it. It's the only way. We're about to take a million. I'm gonna take 9 and chump. I'm gonna draw Snoop and have an extra redraw at it. But Kiki is not even an out. No, Kiki is an out because it could be on top. Oh, you bought the start. So, yeah, so you're like basically asking from my perspective the difference between like arena and online. So arena is full of, am I about to get subtletied? All right, they just had a nut draw on us. There's nothing we could do there. There was no way around anything this game. Whatever. Man, bad showing for the deck today. So the difference between Arena and Magic Online
has to do with the type of players that both of them attract. Arena is newer, and it caters to standard and I don't want to say limited because it doesn't really cater to limited, even though draft is the format. It caters to standard players mostly. Standard and historic is their fake format, but because it's a lot of newer players, the players aren't as skilled as they are on Magic Online. That's not to say everybody who plays Magic Arena is bad. The world champions play on Magic Arena. There's just more players on it, and you're not playing against the best of the best all the time. Now, am I the best of the best? I'm on Magic Online, so I can't say you're doing it all the time, but like the competition on Magic Online is a lot higher than on Arena, and Arena is just sort of easier to pick up and play and drop whenever you want to. That being said, there's not a lot of rewards for it. Now I didn't win today, but on Magic Online, you get these treasure chests for winning, which are like booster packs, and you can sell them for like $250 at a time. And when I say you can sell them for $250, you can sell them for event tickets, which are just dollars. Dollars are hard to take out of the economy, but you can sell them for like 90-ish cents if you really wanted to. So like you can get $250 per chest, more or less. Just call it $2 if you're looking at it in real money terms, but you can invest $250 back into Magic Online. Like, I haven't paid for anything in a really long time. So for playing in, like, you know, just regular old events, you get more rewards, but the competition is higher. There's also different formats on Magic Online that aren't on Arena. You can see standard on Arena, but there's Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Pauper. Nobody's really playing Commander as far as I know on Magic Online. The same kind of goes for standard, but if you wanted to play standard, you'd be on Arena, right? There's these specialty formats that are just fun. They used to be more a part of it, but they don't really do anything anymore. They used to have... Not even gonna go into it. It's too confusing. And then there's all the limited. And then the limited is more or less the same. No, of course, it's not a big deal. I'm going to get coffee in like 3 minutes, so I had this time. So there's also these things that are premier tournaments on Magic Online that happen like pretty regularly. I want to say once a day, but it might be like slightly less than that. So this is here's the Modern Challenge. There's a challenge every weekend, but there's these other events like prelims and stuff like that. But every weekend there's a big tournament for each constructed format, and you can see that first place. Now, it's really hard to get first. I'm not telling you you're gonna get first, but first place gets 200 of those treasure chest boosters, which immediately translates to $400 of real money if you wanted to look at it that way. And 900 play points, which is, I think, $90 worth of play money that you can't get out of this, but that's a different story. And you get a whole set of the new set for winning. And the prizes all the way down to 8th place are pretty much really good. And then top 16 is still good, whatever. So there's like some real money on the line every weekend, which is why some of the better players play in it. It is less expensive than Arena in the long run because you don't have to do the whole keeping up with your collection booster pack thing. You can literally just go trade a bot for all the things you want. Like, I can even show you because I'm going to need tickets anyway. You go to your trade binder. I'll bring these over. I need 4 tickets. So I'll do this. I don't know. A lot of the grinders use goat bots. Grinders are just people who play Magic Online all the time. These are all robots. You know, you just open a trade with them
search it up. They look through whatever trade binder you give them, and they'll be like, take what I owe you. That's what this is. I go, take 4, it might be 5 tickets. I take 4 tickets. That's it. He saves my credit, whatever. It's like a storefront. It's just like a going to your game store and trading in your booster packs for credit. But so like you can immediately translate your cards into that, and cards are in general cheaper online than anywhere else. If you go to MTG Goldfish, you'll see that they have that, like the pricing options for MTGO up there. If you really want to play and get good at Magic, so the same way I just sold that treasure chest, I can go back to, well, this is a bulk bot, but I can go back to the same guy. I have 80 cents in credit, so I could buy something in credit right now, but I also can use treasure chests or cards or whatever to get the same amount of credit with them. And like, I was gonna get Void Mirror. I don't know if how much Void Mirror is right now. So like, you just type it in. If they have it, you see it. I need 2.5 tickets. I didn't put them in my trade binder, so I can't get it. But you would just get it the same exact way that I just did selling those treasure chests. You just go buy singles. Oh, you can't see that he tells me it's 2 tickets, but there's a whole chat over here where the bot will talk to you and tell you what's going on. But you can also just like straight up go to like mtgotraders.com. You can go to GoatBot. I actually don't know what GoatBot's website is, but you can buy from GoatBots directly too. But yeah, and they'll deliver it to you. Like they'll just have a bot come trade you and hand you cards. You can put your credit card in. You don't even have to do this nonsense with tickets. As far as if you're playing Constructed and you don't want to hit Mythic to try and get into the World Championship, Magic Online is the way to go. This is like the casual competitive platform. I know it sounds... The better players are on here, but it's the casual competitive platform because the only reason to be on Arena is if you really expect to go to Worlds. Like, not Worlds, whatever their set championships are. And like, there's really not any room for anything other than winning it all on Arena. And the rest of it is just kind of nonsense, and it costs so much money to keep up with. So I would recommend Magic Online. We'll see how long it even lasts, but I would definitely recommend Magic Online over Arena. I think a lot of people would. But yeah. It does, so the difference is if you're like brand new to Magic, you're going to have a really hard time and you're going to lose a bunch, right? So you maybe want to start on Arena until you get a good handle on it, or just like watch a lot of streams or something. But every time I play in a league, it costs me 10 event tickets or 100 play points, which is $10. So I'm putting $10 on the line every time I play, right? But so is everybody else. And that's why the players are generally better here. And if you play enough Constructed, you don't have to be that good to get a 3-2. And 3-2 gets you your money back and 1 treasure chest. So you win like $2 for going 3-2. And if you get 2 wins, you only lose half your money. Today I went 1-4 because I played, well, I didn't play that bad. I got a little bit unlucky, but I played bad in a couple matchups. But Constructed players on Magic Online in general, they end up going quote unquote infinite if they're just playing the same deck. Most players actually, I don't, but most players are renting decks. So there's like, they're paying something like $20 a month just to have whatever cards they want. So you kind of have to beat that if you're like looking to quote unquote go infinite. But honestly, paying $20 a month to play Magic is what I did my whole life anyway. Going to, you know, I paid a lot more than that. You know, you draft at FNM once a week and whatever. But yeah, like I actually own all these cards and I play with just these cards and I buy the cards I need because I only play Goblins. but most players don't do that. And there's a good reason, because Goblins is really not in a great spot right now, but I can still easily 3-2, 4-1, 5-0 leagues. Like, it's not bad enough that I would stop playing, even though it's not like the best meta deck right now. We didn't get to play Pyre of Heroes today. We didn't draw it a single time. We're gonna leave it in. We'll see. We had a lot of uncastable Grists though. Even though it's really, really good, maybe I just go down to 2 and bring back this Unearth. I really wish we had an insect to Pyre Grist into. But I don't want to main deck Masked Vandal over Crater Maker. Maybe I should, though. Maybe I should. It's like such a small percentage point thing, though. Anyway, I am late for getting coffee. If this is your first time here, consider following. This is what we do all the time. We play Goblins in Modern. And when I say do all the time, when we play Magic, that's what we do. I think I might start streaming New World, depending on how that goes. Just when I'm playing by myself, I'll just turn on the stream. Thank you for the follow, Dustclaster. I appreciate it. We listen to the Grateful Dead and we play Magic most of the time. Check out the YouTube. The YouTube has a bunch of VODs. There's a good deck tech for Goblins on there if you're interested. You can follow me on Twitter, just like 15 other people have decided to do. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.